Ah! What? What just happened? That makes no sense. Also, did they put like an airplane engine noise for her running? I'm fast as fuck. This is also some dumbass takes, dude. If you can't like me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. It's like, the Spider Isekai has been largely disappointing me. Dude, I just, they did a full human episode and it was just like so sad. It made me so sad because nothing with the human characters is interesting whatsoever. Oh yeah, and the animation was really bad. It was like that one episode couple episodes back, and it was just like super sketch looking, and they used a ton of CG in this episode. That slide in. It is just like a visual novel, but like the fighting also in this one was super jank looking. Like this stuff looks okay, this one's whatever, right? Luckily it's covered by the visual effects at times. Like, what was... What? Why are those fragments just floating there? What? Why is he talking? Like, this is just a picture. What? I feel so bad for the animators here, because, like, they have some interesting ideas with the animation, but they've clearly run out of time. Her laugh stops before her animation of laughing punches. The animation of the laugh goes further than the voice track. What is happening here? This episode was like a total train wreck in terms of animation. Like this stuff is fine, you know, like CG, some visual effects over it, like whatever. It doesn't look awesome, but like this stuff is pretty passable, right? I guess I just don't understand what happened to the show. Like no one talks about. Like I'm curious why there aren't any articles talking about what happened to like back end of the show, because there was an episode couple episodes back that was like this with animation where just like it's super stuttery. Like there's like an action moment that like flashes into like a still shot back into an action shot. It just looks really jarring and weird. Like he charges in, boom. And then, like, she just gets hit. Like, what is happening here? It just looks so weird. It, like, makes zero sense. Okay, this is super nitpicky, right? So, she gets hit, right? We see her body. Her body's smoking over here, right? She's over there. She's somewhere off screen to the left. And the camera has not shifted because we see the hills in the background. She walks directly towards camera. Everything's in the same spot. She gets shot from behind and now she's there! How? How did she get there? She teleported on the ground and then shot her. This is so nitpicky, but like, it's so weird that it happens. She just teleports there on the ground. Like, some of these shots in Spider just really look terrible animation-wise, and I'm so curious what exactly happened in the production process where like things ended up like that. What's interesting to me is that there are scenes, like several frames that are animated really well in the middle of like, how do I put this? It's like the little cut-ins. There are some really good animated bits, but in terms of like the way the scene flows from one to the next, it makes literally no sense. Like that was sick. That like little that one part, and then like, look at how awkwardly this is all stitched together. Like, what? What even just happened there? Come on, Crunchyroll. I know I'm like flaming one of your guys' shows right now, but like, it's like there's one good person on their animation team and they threw everything together. I look down on the director on this one because it's really the director's job to like check how the stuff goes together. Oka's running in the hallway. Oh yeah. This run cycle? What is even happening to her hair? What is that? How is he being dragged? I don't understand what's happening here. She's b-hopping. And now she runs like a normal person. Like, what is this camera movement? They did that camera movement to hide the fact that there's literally no animation here. They just, for whatever reason, the camera dunks down to her legs, then looks up, and then she talks. And the fire in her hands stopped moving too. Everyone's just frozen still except for her mouth. And they're just like, please just look at her mouth. Don't look at anything else. Like, what? What was that? What was that? They literally just reused the same frames from before just to like have something in between. What? Did you guys see that? They used 2 of the same scenes because they were just trying to fill time. Also, what is this posing for him too? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, this is so weird and awkward. His hand is facing the wrong way. Wait, that would be his right hand. What? His hand's facing the wrong way. If your hand was back like this, your thumb would be towards your body. I love that too. They had the voice actors say Kanata for longer. Kanata! Like there's some parts of this that like the animation actually does look good. Like couple of frames, they actually make it look good, and then they fill it with such awkwardness. Like what just happened? She stabbed herself, but you never actually see any of it. To me, when I look at this scene, it's like you told 10 different animators like this is the scene, and then you never showed each other the work, right? So they had no idea how to make things flow from one scene to the next, and so this is what we get, and it's so weird because like each individual part can look decent sometimes. Yeah, exactly, Bran. Like they just hired a bunch of different animators, told them this is what we need from you, and then they just put it on a timeline. They're like, yeah, hopefully that works. Why is her face so close suddenly? She's like talking to her from like 10 yards out, and then the next point she's like, her face is right next to it, and then we're here. Like the sense of space here is completely lost. Like how far away are you, Mrs. Vampire Lady? Like, are you kind of close? Are you really close? Are you really far? Or are you closer? I don't know. I literally have no idea. It's quantum physics. Once you confirm her location, she's moved. Also, this editing here, camera turn, for like 2 frames, we see her again. Like, what is this? Right here. Like, why does this part exist? It's like, I just don't understand who even edited this together. Ah! What? What just happened? What just happened there? That makes no sense. Just like, what happened? What happened there? It's like they told the animator we need it for like 5 frames, and then they realized in the cut that they needed it to be 10 frames. They're just like, okay, let's make it really fast. Also, did they put like an airplane engine noise for her running? I'm fast as fuck. Oh god. The sense of spacing, the timing of the cuts, like everything. This whole like episode is just a complete train wreck, and I felt a lot of that in this last episode of the Spider Isekai too. This all just reeks of a production team that couldn't make the deadline, so they just did whatever they could to make it to a finish line. And that included weird cuts, extending animations for longer to just like hope that they can fill the space with it, using camera movement to try to hide the fact there's no animation. Like it's bad, man. Genuinely think that the story could be interesting, and I really think that the Spider-Girl really carries this show, but it's getting harder and harder to justify watching this show when the animation is just so bad. The storytelling on the human side is also so bad. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would watch an entire series just with the spider. Probably. In some ways, I think Spider Isekai has worse animation than Exarm, and that's saying something. Ugh, waited a whole week for a full human episode? What a letdown. That's how I feel, dude. That's how I feel. So I'm not in this one, am I? So many people aren't going to bother with this episode, lol. And then of course you have the apologists, but it's not about the fact that this is filler or B plot. It's just like it's legitimately just not very interesting. Like this whole betrayal scenario, we don't care about these characters. They haven't set up the characters in a way that we feel particularly empathetic towards them. It's not filler, it's bad canon, yeah. This subplot might bore you now, but it is very important. If you can't bear this pace, you don't deserve the roller coaster head. This is also some dumbass takes, dude. If you can't like me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. It's like, no, just be good. You know? I want to like the show. I really do. But stuff like this just sucks. And I'm already 21 episodes deep. I feel like I'll finish out this season regardless. I can't say this show is particularly that good. It's probably like under 7. So anyways, that's Spider Isekai. Now we're done with everything in the spring 2021.